has always been different? Like, what else have you noticed?
Every single trauma I've ever had in my life, I've always put it away and stored it, and I never dealt with it. Like I've only cried a few times in my life. I've cried before, and sometimes it hits me. But like I used to cry a lot when I was a kid. But like every time I have trauma, I put it in my back of my brain. I'm very desensitized. My brain is very desensitized. You know what I'm saying? It's like I almost. It's just like, how do I put this? My brain works really weird. Like I don't feel feelings sometimes because I'm not soulless. I have a soul, and whenever I like disconnect myself, I feel things, and I can feel love, and I can feel passion, I can feel stuff. But sometimes
Whenever you disconnect yourself, you feel things?
disconnect from the internet mainly. Like go basically like go somewhere. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah.
Get away from all of
Get
this.
away from everything. Take a little break. Go travel somewhere without having to work. Take time off of streaming. It really helps me find myself again. Connect
Okay.
myself to reality. Um, but where was I? Sorry. Oh, the desensitization of my brain. That's my biggest issue I have today. It's like it's super hard for me to sometimes feel things and just kind of like um I don't know. It's almost like I'm emotionless and like I feel like I beat the game.
What do you mean by beat the game?
Like
What's the game?
when I was coming in to like entering the streaming game, I had goals in the back of my head. And the goals in the back of my head were set your parents up for life, put some money in your bank account, meet some of your heroes and idols, and you did it. And the excitement and hunger I had when conquering this, like the grind part, the grind aspect, was honestly, I couldn't realize it, but when I was grinding, that was the that was like the peak feeling of me when I was accomplishing all this stuff. I've talked to a lot of the people that I've looked up to throughout my life, and I've met them, and I've had conversations with them, and I got this, and I got that, and I did that, and I did this, and I just feel like I've kind of already conquered a lot of the things, like at a really young age.
Sure. And what does it feel like to conquer things at a young age?
Like I beat the game.
Sure. And I'm hearing that you really almost enjoyed grinding.
Of course, when I was in the grind and I have a hunger, and I was boom, bam, boom, getting all my goals and results and stuff, it's like that shit was everything to me. Like that was you could see the hunger. The hunger right now that I had when I'm sorry, I'll never have that hunger again. It's true. I don't believe
That's
I will.
scary.
Well, I think I don't believe I will. I wish I would, but I don't think that hunger exists anymore. Like I'm hungry in other ways. Like now, sometimes when I want to make like amazing content, like I want to do new things, I just think about my community and what got me here today. Like my community has been here through the shitty moments, the good content, the bad content. It's like now all I care about is just doing shit for them, my core. I don't care about anything else but my core. I want to make good content for my core because my core has been here through everything for me.
So it
So
sounds like you had some goals that were, and let me know if this word rubs you the wrong way, a little bit more selfish before.
definitely. No, 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 no. My main set goal was to just get rich, take care of my family, and have some money to put aside for me, and that was it. I would
Yeah. So
I would say my goal was never selfish. Like once my first purchase was a Lamborghini at 19, I think. But like you're right. I guess you are right. My first goal, what, yeah, I would say it was selfish in the beginning.
yeah, and I mean, I was thinking about a better word, because I think it's like okay to have selfish goals, you know, like it's okay to want stuff from life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't mean it to be derogatory, and that's why I was like,
No, you're
I just
good.
couldn't find a better word.
I
But
think. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to
yeah,
interrupt you.
no, go for it.
I think when you're in grind mode, like anyone that's grinding towards something, like I don't really know too much about you, but like when you're grinding for like let's just say what you went to Harvard, right?
Sure.
When you were grinding to get to Harvard, when I was grinding to become a streamer, you kind of have to be selfish because like let's just say like in a way like you're grinding to like to you have in a selfish way like where you have to just do you basically before you can really aid and take care of others. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of
Yeah,
have to.
I think that's a very, very reasonable way to look at things. Interestingly enough, I would to get into Harvard and I was nowhere near. And then there was a time in my life where I gave that up and wasn't interested in being the best or accomplishing anything really. And paradoxically, that's what ended up getting me there. But, I think that what you're saying makes perfect sense. And so I'm kind of curious, like when you were grinding and accomplishing stuff, it sounds like you got a Lamborghini at the age of 19, which is like, that's rare, man.
It's like below. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like super desensitizing.
What's desensitizing about it?
I think in general, at 19, having a load of money and not knowing what to do with it, never being taught what to do with money, never being taught how to use it, how to utilize it. And I'm 19, I buy a Lamborghini. It's like, it doesn't make sense. I don't even have a house yet. My parents aren't even good yet. I just think it's super desensitizing making money to buy a Lamborghini at 19. I just think having a lot of money with not knowing what to do with it at 19 is crazy. You know what I mean?
So I think there's something really, that sounds like an important discovery, but I don't understand it. So how does buying a Lamborghini at 19, how does that connect to desensitizing? Can you help me understand that? I think you're onto something. I just don't.
Yeah. I think what I'm trying to say is like, maybe it's the wrong word I'm using. Like,
I don't think so, man.
Well,
Well,
it's desensitizing buying a Lamborghini at 19 in general because it's like, you're not, I don't know, I just feel like not every 19-year-old's doing that. You get what I'm
Sure.
saying? So when you come into that, like that little like, I don't know, like when you come in and you go buy a Lamborghini at 19 without having houses and all these things and stuff, it's like, I never knew how to manage money. Like I never knew how to like do that. And right now, if I go back at 19, I had the funds I had, I would tell myself, don't buy a Lamborghini right now.
And then what would you have done if you told yourself? If Adin Ross in the future showed up to 19-year-old Adin Ross and was like, bruh, don't buy Lambo, what would 19-year-old Adin Ross have done?
I think I would have literally said, give it to your parents because they know what to do. You know what I mean?
That's what the older you would have said. What would the younger you have done?
Oh, you're saying younger than now?
No. So like if you were 19, right? Let's say you could travel back in time
Okay.
and you could talk to your 19-year-old self. And 22-year-old Adin was like, don't buy a Lambo, give it to your parents. What would 19-year-old you have done? When you say desensitized, maybe I can offer something and let me know. So I'm getting the sense that when you're grinding, you feel really good, right? Because you're putting in effort and then you're seeing those numbers or whatever those metrics are. And then after you get it, there's like, you feel nothing.
Not nothing. So I'll explain it. When you're grinding towards something, you get a high. After I would do a viral stream or a viral moment, I would get high off of it. It would give me some type of like release of chemicals in my brain to make me like, okay, keep going. This is amazing. I love the attention, the what I'm gaining from this. I love the money. I love the dopamine release. I love it. I want more of it. I want to keep. What's next? How do I go viral again? How do I do it again? How do I go again? How do I gain more followers? How do I gain out of this? The clout, it's an addiction. It's addicting. It's a drug. Because when you keep gaining and gaining and gaining, it's a high, you know? So I wouldn't say I feel nothing now. I just don't care anymore. Like I don't care as much as I did before. Like if I was stuck on a very, very small core community that just loves me and cares for me and will watch me do anything, and I don't really care about the crazy numbers anymore. I don't really care about doing crazy viral stuff anymore. Like I just don't. Like I care to make good content, but like the crazy viral moments and stuff that I was doing back in the day, I don't need to put myself in that position anymore.
What's changed?
I would say growing up a little more, going through a lot, doing a lot. I would say having more money now. I would just say, honestly, yeah, I would just say more experience in this shit as well.
And in what ways have you grown up, Adin?
Experience. I think I'm not 100% mature yet. I still have a lot to learn. I'm still super young and I make dumb decisions all the time. Um, I don't know, man. I think I still got a lot more growing up to do, but I think I'm in a better place now than I was when I was back at 21, 20. You know,
How were you different 1 or 2 years ago? What was the place you were in?
less money, different living situation. Um, you know, I would say less. Like just less experience in general in my career as well. Um,
So,
different people around me got, I don't really speak with anymore. Go ahead. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
no, it's totally cool, dude. I was just kind of, so I'm a little bit confused because, like, on the one hand, I'm sort of hearing that back in the day, when your head was in the game, you felt good. You're grinding, you're getting that dopamine rush. You use the word addiction, which is, I mean, that's a powerful word, man. And at the same time, it sounds like you felt really good. And,
Definitely.
and I'm sort of almost hearing you kind of say that you're in a better place now, but you like don't feel as good in some way. Like, does that
You
kind of
know,
make sense? I'm sort
it
of hearing
does.
the thread.
I don't feel fulfillment and high anymore after having a viral moment. Does that make sense? Like
Sure.
if I see a viral moment or viral clip now, I'll just laugh about it and scroll right past it. I don't care anymore as I would care back in 2021. I would be super like, oh my God, I gotta do more of this. I gotta do that, I gotta do this. I just don't really care for it anymore.
Which one do you prefer, the way you are now or the way you used to be?
Now, all about pleasing a core that cares about me than a trendy audience that doesn't really give two shits about me for sure.
Okay. And is being fulfilled and being high the same thing?
What do you mean?
So you said like you don't get the sense of fulfillment, you don't feel as high anymore. I don't mean like drugs. I mean like what you're talking about.
I feel at peace. I feel I'm cool with what I have. I feel comfortable. I feel
You
good.
feel at peace now?
At peace because back when I was in that 2021 mode, I was nervous and horribly going like mentally destroyed because I would always have to think about what I got to do the next day to go viral, otherwise I'm gonna fall off. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on a mission still, trying to grind and trying to figure things out and try to just going down this little upscale of a blow up, you know?
So I'm kind of hearing that like it's quite a roller coaster, dude. So
Oh
like
yeah.
on the one hand, there's like the thrills and it's like hell yeah, you feel that energy. What's next, baby? But at the same time, maybe there's like anxiety, like maybe I can't do it, like
Yeah.
doubt.
Literally, yes. Self doubt, um just a lot of like overthinking, man. Just like straight up just you know,
What kind of what do you mean by overthinking?
I
What
just
kind of
thought
thoughts did you have?
if I didn't top this stream, I was gonna fall off and everyone would leave me. And I just thought like if I didn't do this right or if I didn't, you know, figure out a way to do this stream better and figure it out, then my whole community was gonna leave me. I really did. I thought everyone would leave.
And what so you mentioned that like your who you hang out with or something has changed. What's happened to
Well,
your community, your connections?
I had a different living arrangement. You know, back when my name in 2020 when I was first blowing up, a lot of people would hit me up. I had a lot of fake people in my life at that time. I had a lot of people who were just straight up just not. I had a lot of people in my life that weren't there. Like my living arrangement was there. I was in a whole content house. Okay, I was in a house full of people who do content creation as well on the internet, and it was a different environment. I was living in work, if that makes sense. Like I was
Sure.
living. Yeah. I would wake up to a messy ass room to a stream I did the day before, and I would, you know what I'm saying? Like I would wake up to that. Like if I like was in my streaming room the other day, and I completely broke like this one stream I did. I broke like this concrete stuff with a hammer, I slept in that. Like I was sleeping in work. So my living arrangement in general was just completely different. Like it was just I was living in work. I felt too much work. You know,
And how are you living now?
happier for sure. I now don't live in work. If I want to take a day off and lay in bed and watch TV and just take one thing at a time and not live in work and go outside and it's a lot better. I do
What's it like? Yeah.
I do sometimes get lonely though. I'm not gonna lie, but What you writing down there, doctor?
I mean, I've written a ton of shit. Why are you so focused on what I'm writing now?
I'm just kidding. I know. I know you've been writing.
I don't think you're kidding.
Well, no, I'm saying like I know you've been writing this whole time. Like I don't really care what you've been writing. I mean, I know you're just taking notes.
Is there something about? Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
And I know I've been asking you. It's kind of silly. So what I'm signaling to you is I think. What was it like to say you get lonely sometimes?
I've always lived with work, so I've always had people around. And now that I live alone, it's different because now I live alone. I don't live with family. I don't live with parents. I used to have a girlfriend, excuse me. I used to live with her. I don't live with her. Obviously, we broke up. I live alone, right? So it's like for me, it's like, it's different. You know, I get lonely sometimes.
Sounds lonely.
Yeah, it is. But I have friends and I have, my parents close by and stuff. So it is what it is.
Can I think for a second?
Think. Is he diagnosing me, chat? What's he doing?
I'm gonna need a second, okay?
Take your time.